Welcome to the Z Files. You're Zooming with Ellie Crystal from crystallinks.com. 2 days ago was an activation date, quote unquote. It's a pseudoscience theory called 888 the Lion's Gate. And what it means is when the sun is in Leo, which it is now, as was the moon on August 8th of this year, Sirius, the sun and Sirius move closest to Earth and align with Orion's belt. This takes us to all the mythologies of the great pyramids and triggers people who believe that they were part of that grid experience as priests, priestesses, teachers, aliens, you name it, okay? They were part of that. And at this particular time, in this particular alignment, it's going to activate their memories about ... It's really very simple. All of the work that you do, all of the meditations and the dreams and the classes and the workshops and everything you do, no matter how you come into it, they're all coming to one point. We live in a simulation. It had a beginning and it's coming to the end. Okay. And along the way, we are in different grids. We're having different experiences. You can see them all stacked together like a slinky as parallel experiences, or you can see them as past lives, future lives, current lifetime, any way you want to see it. There's no right, there's no wrong. This particular activation seems to draw a lot of people because so many people are connected to ancient Egypt. They go there to activate. The word is activate, activation, their memories. Some come back understanding, others are like, well, that was an amazing experience, but okay, so when you look at reality today, when you look at the world and what's going on out there, everything is collapsing. There's no denying it. Okay, we've got the climate change, wildfires, hurricanes, flooding, tornadoes, everything. It's just all out there. And then we have the natural disasters, the volcanoes getting active. I mean, they're all linked together. Okay, it's just that when something happens on a large scale, like a wildfire that goes all through the western part of the United States and wafts across all the way up to the Arctic today. I had an article that said it goes all the way up to the Arctic and goes across here, where I did a YouTube recently where I'm standing on my terrace inhaling the smoke and you know, the whole experience of being part of the wildfires. And I'm in New York, and it just blanketed the whole United States. The same thing is happening in Europe and just about everywhere else. So there's a lot going on. It's happening fast. It's happening furious. This Stargate only did one thing for me, even though I didn't realize it at the time, because I don't follow metaphysical theories or pseudoscience much. But what it did was a few days before, and it could have been that July 28th date, what it did was I woke up and I just said, I'm done. Did you ever wake up and say, I'm done with everything. I don't need to meditate. I don't need to research. I don't need to do this. I don't need to do that. All I have to do is just see what's going on with the climate, with everything else in reality. And that's it. You know, all the old theories of I'm a priestess, I'm a goddess, I'm this, I came from this alien place or that alien place, or I'm from Sirius or whatever. It's not important anymore. These were things that triggered your memory so that you could see and have a little glimpse into what your soul is doing in other parts of the consciousness grids that create the illusion of this reality. Okay, that's what that's basically about. It's just everything is nothing more than a simulated reality created by consciousness grids in which you're in this timeline, possibly the person who's sitting right there across from me now, and you could be somebody else having another experience. You know, it's possible. Your soul could be having multiple experiences, multiple places, parallel realities, you name it, all the things that you read about in physics. Is this happening? Is that happening? Could it be? Can we prove it? Whatever. Open your mind and say, sure, why not? Anything is possible. So is there 888 Lion's Gate, which is Leo, which is the Sphinx, which is all of those connections? Why not? Why not? If you have felt something today or the last few days or even going into now, then you have felt something. What have you walked away? What has it awakened in you? Because that's another word, activation, awakened, all of that. What is it awakened in you? Okay. With me, it's a matter of everything's done. Done. I've done Crystal Links now in 2 weeks. Crystal Links will be 26 years old. And I've done that. I've never really been a metaphysical person. I'm more interested in physics than metaphysics, science than pseudoscience. But it's been a journey. I've had fun with it. I've enjoyed it. I can remote view. So I remote view physically and consciously to the Great Pyramid. I have done remote viewing to stars and planets and other realities and other places where my soul is having some really cool experiences as anything and everybody. I don't have to be a priestess. I really don't. It's so lame to me, but maybe I was. I have seen myself having so many different experiences that it's very interesting. I do not come back from these experiences. They're called remote viewing. I don't come back from them in an emotionally negative place, because if you do any of this stuff and it leaves you with a feeling of detriment, of fear, of anxiety, that's your own emotions acting on this. I just go. Sometimes with friends, we all go out together. I used to. I'm done. I'm really done. But we used to go out. Come on, let's all remote view and let's see where we wind up. My favorite place is always under Antarctica, because that's the very, very first remote view I ever had. That's a portal. That's an activation, and that's where I first saw UFOs and aliens. So there's just so much out there in the grids. What you're basically doing is you are taking your consciousness here, my Ellie consciousness here in New York, and I have the ability, because of the way my brain is programmed, to place it elsewhere. It's just like, I'm not a rocket scientist, but their brains are programmed for them to build rocketry, to go off to, wherever they're going to go, the moon, space, the space station. Everybody is programmed differently. Okay. I have my program, and there's something that just keeps saying, there's not much left to do. I've known this for quite a while, but it was a different feeling. And whether it has anything to do with this 888 Lionsgate, because I am connected. I'm connected more to the Sumerians and the Anunnaki and all of them, but I am very much connected to Egypt. That goes without saying. When I was at the pyramid, I mean, it was on a full moon, and it aligned with Orion's belt. It was in December 2000. And it was the most remarkable experience I had ever had. And I mean, so definitely my soul has connection there and other places, but it's just, I don't know what else is left to do. I mean, if you're still lurking and searching, just be open to simulation theory, be open to anything and everything, and just go with the flow. And please keep your life as simple as you can, because to make things complicated is not really where you need to be anymore. Einstein always said things should just be simple. The simpler, the better. That's it. I don't need all these complicated, let's drag our emotions into everything else. We're here, we're experiencing, but it's not just our little Earth, planet Earth, that's going away. And the UN has said, we're really on borrowed time. It's not just our little piece of the pie. It's also the whole simulation, the whole hologram, the whole of everything that just fades to black, and it's done. And you're here for the reason of seeing it close. Don't do a lot of soul searching. If you haven't found, I just need to divest off 888 or not, but I have a Leo moon, by the way. So anything having to do with Leo always draws me in. So maybe that's the reason, that I kind of like this a little bit, but I like it because it's fun, because it's playful. I don't like it because, I'm going to meditate on 888 and some deep philosophical or mythological or whatever information is going to come to me. No, that's silly. I like it because it's fun. Try to do things. I know you can't always. I get it, but just try to bring a little fun in your life. Just, I don't know what. And if it's all right, I don't want to go off onto other tangents, but the bottom line is with the 888 Lionsgate, if you feel any alignment to Egypt or Sumer or the Middle East or even Egypt and Africa, the whole Africa piece, you know, that's the Dogon and more. If you feel any kind of connection to any of that, then this might be something that would be of interest to you. Let it happen naturally. Don't say, well, Ellie, you know what? I'm going to watch this. I'm going to put on some meditation music. I mean, you can. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to see a Stargate that says 888 Lion's Gate, lion knocker on the door, knock, 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 let me in, and see what's there. You want to do that? Then go do that. It's fun. Okay. You know, the knockers with the lion's head, but do whatever calls to you. And what will call to you is the way you were programmed at this particular time in this particular timeline. Okay, I could talk more about Leo and Egypt and all of that, though that to me is home, I must say, but I want you to just understand a little bit more about the 888 Lionsgate, and if it's part of your programming, then maybe you should close your eyes, knock on the lions, and walk through. And when I do it now, what I see is a pyramid. I see the Great Pyramid. And I think that's very cool. So I guess that's where my consciousness is in part today. Or maybe back in the beginning. But that's stories for another day. Anyway, I just thought I would explain a little bit about this pseudoscience theory called 888 Lionsgate. Maybe you'll find this not this year, maybe you'll find it next year if there is a next year. And just experience life. Just try to have a lot of fun. Don't be so anxious and depressed and frustrated at the world because you didn't meet the person of your dreams or you didn't get the job that you feel you deserve. Just say okay and move on. We are living in very high energy, fast-paced times, okay? And it's not going to be easy what's coming up between this 888 Lionsgate and next year. Rest assured that things are going to get more and more and more intense. I left out the whole political thing too, but I don't even want to go there. It's like in this energy. Okay, one little fact. In this energy, the governor of New York, I live in New York, the governor in New York was more or less forced to resign yesterday, Governor Cuomo, because of groping of women and improper conduct with co-workers and a whole host of other things that have to do with COVID as well. So it catches up. Maybe this 888 and this ending has to do with let's clear out and away all the stuff that doesn't belong, that we shouldn't bring into next year. COVID's coming back and everybody knows that. You know, you can get vaccinated and hope for the best, and at least you know you're not going to die. You believe that you shouldn't get vaccinated because they're not going to put this stuff in my body. I'm very Aquarian. I'm Aquarian Leo, and I'm very like, okay, if you think they're going to put junk in your body, then so be it. Move on. But in any case, that's it for today. We will come back with, not, what did I say, we? I guess it's me and Z, and that's why this is really called the Z Files. It's part for Zooming and part for Zoroaster, who's Z, who is kind of directing this whole thing with me. But anyway, to be continued. Thank you very, very much for listening. I appreciate. Say 888 Lionsgate, close your eyes, see what you get. Thank you.